Google, what are you doing? Okay, we had a deal on this one, all right? The deal was I say nice things about your budget Pixel phones, and in return, you don't make any more versions of the Pixel Slate, okay? And this counts. This totally counts. You may think it doesn't count, but it does, because apparently some leaked documents within Google showcase they are working on a foldable version of the Pixel Flagship. Oh, God. Let's begin. Yeah, this quite literally is my worst nightmare, okay? Google, you had something good going for you, alright? The Pixel 4a looks good. I ordered one. It's coming in the mail because you don't want to send me phones anymore. And I think I'm going to end up recommending it. I think I'm going to end up liking it and saying that for the money, this thing is totally worth it. But every year you do the same crap with the flagship phones rocking gimmicky features that you're going to forget about in a year that no one likes. And yet there's still this whole Team Pixel fan base that keeps acting like, no, air gestures, they'll be different this year. No, it's not going to be like those crappy Samsung air gestures. This time it's different because we got the Soli chip and Google is known for supporting things for a long time. Oh yeah, they scrapped it in 1 year. Also, Face Unlock. That's sticking around. They got their own version of Face ID. No. Google, they're going to stick to it this time. This is going to be more consistent. They're ditching it a year later. Google, you are not good at flagships. You are not good at high-priced items. You are good when it comes to the budget, easy access market for people that don't want to spend flagship prices, because when you make affordable, cheap hardware, you usually end up doing a pretty good job. And I wish you would keep doing that. And a foldable, oh god, okay, even the companies that are good at making flagships like Samsung, even they can't get the foldable right. They try, but even then it's super duper expensive. It's way in the high price category. And if Google, you're working on a foldable, oh god, I can't imagine what kind of gimmicky features this thing is going to be rocking. But also, we've seen you try to do a tablet before, okay? We saw the Pixel Slate. We saw how laggy that was. We saw how inconsistent that was. And the idea that you want to make a miniature version that can also fold into a flagship, oh god. It's literally everything I hate about made by Google hardware wrapped into one product, okay? We're talking about the inconsistent quality control and gimmicky features that we've had in their flagship line, whether it be 90 hertz only working over a certain screen brightness, or air gestures, or the giant notch because it has a dual front-facing camera, right? You're okay with that notch. Well, they ditch it a year later anyway. And then roping that into the Pixel Slate team, which doesn't really know how to make hardware work either. So now you can get the worst of both worlds. You can get the lagginess of the Slate and the gimmicks and the poor design of the flagship into one probably dated, insanely expensive product, because I'm sure they want to put 5G in this crap. Though I guess they will be able to say this probably has the best photos of a foldable ever taken, because it'll be rocking, Pixel software. But unless you find a way to basically make the Pixel Fold A, a more affordable version of a Fold that maybe is in the sub $1,000 price department, this is not worth it, Google. I'm putting my foot down now and saying, don't pursue this idea, okay? You tried the tablet thing in the past, it didn't work, and year after year after year, you've tried to compete it with the iPhones and the Galaxies and make a $1,000 flagship hardware, and you always miss the mark. You always fail to realize what people care about, and if you can't even get those flagship rights, man, you should not be even thinking about doing a foldable at this point. What you should be focusing on is how do we make the Pixel 4a better, and how do we even lower the price further for the Pixel 5a, okay? Because you're bumping up with the limits of what, budget smartphone users care about, and your lineup is already starting to confuse me with your teasing on the website of the Pixel 4a XL as well as the Pixel 5 5G. I'm pretty sure there's going to end up being a product at some point that is the Pixel 4a XL 5G, which basically, why don't you just name it after the serial number at that point? It's getting so long and complicated when it comes to the letters and numbers. Let foldables be a Samsung thing, okay? They clearly know what they're doing, and they know how to make the best hardware go into a product. Sure, it is very, very expensive, but Google, when it comes to flagship, you don't have a good track record of making decent specs for the money, unless, of course, you're charging under $500 for a phone. Then you find a way to make it work. So I think, similar to all of us in this world, we need to figure out what skills we have, what talents we do have, and kind of stick with them, okay? In Google, you found your niche, you found your skill, you're really good at making these budget hardware phones that have flagship type features, and anytime you try to stray away from that, I just see colossal failure, which is why I'm sure many of you out there are just like, well, let's let Google do their thing. Let's see what kind of foldable they can make. Pfft, all of you open-minded fools. This is gonna be a disaster. I'm predicting it now, just because I know the hardware team that's been involved with Pixels in the past, and frankly, if this thing ends up happening, it might be kind of funny, actually. I would love to see an event where they try to talk about why having a foldable Pixel is so helpful. Seeing how cringy their Made by Google events have been in the past, I could get behind this, you know? I could laugh quite a bit. Samsung event was really cringy. I'd like to see Google top that one. So in hindsight, I guess bring it on. Okay, do the best you can, Google. I'm sure a lot of YouTubers would get a kick out of this one because we like to imagine in the tech community that the Pixel is a major player despite them being such a tiny percentage of the market. So if they started going after an even smaller percentage of the market with their oh so precious $2,000 Pixel Fold, man, once again, everybody will be convinced foldables are a thing. Everybody's making foldables, just no one's buying them because no one cares. What do you guys think of Google making a foldable Pixel that's probably going to have dated internal designs and likely stop getting software updates after 3 years? Feel free to hit me up over on Twitter, join my Discord. Let's chat more about it over there. This is your Apple Sheep here, and this video will guarantee I'm never going in Team Pixel again. I'll see you in the next one.